Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. Today we are framing away on our current deck project. We got a lot of joist ran yesterday, but we still have to finish up a bunch of surface blocking for some borders that we're doing, surface borders. So if you like what you see today, that subscribe button and the bell icon as well if you want to be notified when we're putting out fresh 10. Get it? Content. All right, so what we got going on right now is I'm actually doing a really important part of this project, which is adding the flashing underneath the house. If you don't use proper flashing on your deck, you're gonna regret it 20 years down the line, if not sooner. Flashing keeps water from deviating between the ledger and the house. So come on over here. What I've done is I've G-taped all of our solid blocking because we like to use waterproof membrane tape. We'll shoot a little segment over here and explain why we do that. I'm sure a lot of you may or may not have seen us install G-tape on our decks. There's a definitive reason why we do that, and it's evident. I can look over right now and see all the water that's pooling up on the tape. If the water wasn't pooling up on the tape, or if there was no tape installed, then it would completely just saturate the boards and eventually rot them out because we have decking laying right on top of the flat blocking. So we have to protect it somehow. So that's what this is all about right here. This protects all of our flat blocking. Okay. And then what this is 2" by 3" L flashing. It goes up 3 inches underneath the house. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually tape the top of this metal. If we get any screws through here, through the metal, I want to make sure that those screws are sealed and that they don't leak. That's why I do it. So I never understood the premise of using L metal for flashing and then putting nails or screws through it. It never made sense to me because I knew that there was something's always going to leak or get wet. So what I decided to do is I started taping the top of my metal flashing as a preventative measure to keep any moisture out, because G-tape or self-sealing membranes like G-tape, when your nail or screw pierces the tape, it seals it back up. Unless you're pulling the screw out and running it back in and out at different angles, then you got an issue. But if you're doing just one clean install, it's going to seal that tape, or the tape's going to seal the screw, and then it won't have a possibility for a leak. Now, I know that this deck is under cover. It's probably not going to see much moisture, but there's a spigot right here for a faucet, which means there's going to be a hose right here, which means there's going to be water leaking here all the time. So that water, if I don't do something to keep that water from reaching behind here, then we're going to have problems in the future when the water leaks and it erodes this and rots the side of the house out. So I'm just doing my due diligence. I tore the siding off this house. I tore this house apart to install my ledger board. I'm doing my due diligence as a registered and licensed contractor to make sure that this has no issues in the future. So that's what this flashing is all about. $20 or $10, $15, $20 in flashing can save you thousands of dollars in the future. It is a very important step. It's often overlooked on do-it-yourselfers. So if you're a DIYer and you're thinking about, should I use flashing, should I not, should I use tape, should I not? Man, do yourself a favor or the future owner of that home a favor by trying to keep it as dry as possible so that you don't have any issues. I've torn decks off walls before. I've torn decks off sides of houses. I've had to rebuild the whole lower cavity of a wall before. It was rotting so bad. All the way to the interior sheetrock. We actually had to go in and tear the sheetrock out and rebuild the wall, have it re-sheetrocked, and re-side the outside, new plywood, the whole 9 yards, man. It was completely devastated. So that's a severe case, but I have seen very bad cases. I'd say 60%, 70% of the time, there's some form of dry rot in the wall. A lot of times it has to be around a downspout or a gutter or something of that nature. So take an extra hour out of your build time and properly flash your decks, okay?
Good morning. So right now, taking a 2x12, and right now we have traced where the curved surface border is going, and we need something to mount the deck boards to. So we're using the 2x12, of course, like I was saying, and I'm taking a board right here, And as long as my board covers all 4 points of the line, which it doesn't right there, I will take a pencil, go underneath, trace it from here, flip it over, cut on both sides, and then once you get at the end, boom, and you put your 4-inch timber lock right there, boom, 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 and then that's how we are going to install the circle on this deck.
You know, you get on a mission and you're trying to find something and everything's so disorganized, you just lose it. Well, I just had that moment where I just gave up and said, you know what, I gotta find this part. And the deeper I dig into my trailer, the messier it is. And I'm just taking a minute to reorganize some stuff because it's just like I'm having a breakdown over here. So I just need a minute, okay, to find some things and put some stuff away, and then I'll be good. All right, so we have all of our blocking done. Yay. All of the G-tape is laid. So now we have to add some support for some skirting and for our stairs and for the curved skirting on the other side of the deck. And we need to do that before we start installing deck boards. We're anxious, we want to get started. We have a whole pile of decking sitting over here. We can't start until all that's done. Plus I have to run the low voltage wire for our bench lighting and for our stair lighting. So I'm gonna get going on that while the guys are starting on the skirting. I have a quick tip for you. If you're ever measuring curves, a rolling tape measure comes in really handy. We keep one in our trailer all the time, and then when I need to see what distance I have, instead of trying to take a tape measure and hold it against something curved and try to figure it out, this is a lot more accurate and quicker than trying to do it that way. So for all those of you that are into this or that need to measure something on a radius, get yourself a rolling tape measure, and they spin like this. And then when you're done, you just hit the reset button and you can just go again and again and again. So just something that and this one's collapsible. So it stores compactly. So kind of a cool little tool. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I so humbly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. It would be my honor if you would please click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified when we're putting out fresh content. All right, next week, we're gonna be spooling wire. So check in next time and see how we take this rat's nest and turn it into something really beautiful. We gotta run some low voltage wire on this project to get us to the next level. We have lots of in-light lighting coming in next week. Lots of fun. Hope you can join us for that video. We appreciate you so much. Comments below. Don't forget to like our videos. Over and out.